the best medicine for aging, but deep down it leaves you feeling more drained than energized? You try. You walk each morning. You do what you were told. But instead of feeling stronger, your knees ache. Your back stiffens. You return home not refreshed, but fatigued. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. And you are not failing. The truth is, after a certain age, walking is no longer the miracle movement we once believed. In fact, for many elders, especially those experiencing joint pain, low energy, or balance issues, it can quietly become a strain. But there is good news, powerful news, because doctors are now discovering something that may surprise you. There are simple, gentle movements you can do at home that are more effective than walking. Learning now to walk safer, smarter, and filled with healing potential for the body and soul. So, stay with me, because over the next few minutes, I am going to guide you through 6 sacred movements that can restore your strength, protect your balance, ease joint pain, sharpen your memory, and renew your energy, all without taking a single step outside your door. You do not need a gym. You do not need fancy shoes. All you need is your body, your breath, and a few quiet minutes each day. Let us begin with something so subtle it might go unnoticed, yet its power is immense. When your legs feel heavy and your feet swell after sitting, this gentle seated motion, done while having your morning tea or watching the news, can reactivate the very muscles that carry you through life. It gently pumps blood back toward the heart, reduces swelling, and delivers oxygen to the brain. This tiny movement is not exercise, it is circulation. It is life returning to your limbs. If you feel a soft warmth in your legs afterward, that is your body saying, thank you. And I invite you now, softly, to type 1 in the comments, your quiet signal that you have begun. And now, let us rise a little. Just enough to test our balance, but not our fear. The next movement happens at a moment you already live every day, brushing your teeth. But this time you will lift 1 foot gently off the ground and balance. That is all. No sweat, no pressure. Yet this simple shift awakens your ankles, your legs, your core, and your brain. It is a message to your body. I am still alert. I still trust myself. The beauty lies not in perfection, but in the wobble. Because each time you try, your mind becomes sharper, your steps more confident. And if you give this a try tonight, let that little act of courage be marked with the number 2 in the comments below. Let us continue, not just with strength, but with reverence. Imagine sitting, with your hands joined in prayer, breathing deeply, and gently rising from your chair with intention, not rushed, not forced. This is not just an exercise. It is devotion in motion, a sacred way to strengthen the thighs and hips, the true pillars of your independence. When you do this slowly, respectfully, you are reminding your legs, you still serve me, and I honor you. There is no shame in weakness. But there is great power in rising again. If you try this, even once, I ask you to write 3. Because this movement is not just about standing, it is about reclaiming your dignity. But what about the weight we carry where no one sees? In the shoulders, the neck, the upper chest, where tightness lives silently, fed by years of effort, loss, and unspoken stress. You do not need a gym to release that. Just a towel, just a breath. As you gently roll your shoulders with this soft fabric behind your back, you open the doorway to deeper breathing, a calmer heart, and a more peaceful nervous system. And the beauty is, it feels like self-love, the kind we so often forget to give ourselves. If you felt even a moment of ease while doing this, type 4, and let it be your offering to others who carry the same silent weight. Now, let us bring in a little joy. Yes, joy, because healing is not always serious. Sometimes it looks like a playful little gesture, touching your nose with alternating fingers, crossing arms like a child's game. But make no mistake, this is serious work for your brain. It rewires your reflexes, sharpens your memory. It gives clarity where there was fog. One elder said, "It makes me feel like my brain wakes up before I even sip my tea." That is the gift of mindful movement. It awakens parts of you that you forgot still sparkled. If you felt that spark, even just a flicker, leave the number 5. Because choosing to stay mentally sharp is the kindest gift you can give yourself. And finally, we begin at the beginning, the first breath of the day, the slow awakening before the world asks anything of you. You do not need to rush out of bed. In fact, you should not. The body needs softness in the morning, gentle breathing, light stretches, a whisper to the heart that says, "We made it through the night." This 3-minute wake-up is your protection. It lowers your risk of dizziness, grounds your blood pressure, and opens your soul to the new day. Let this ritual be your armor of grace. And if you try it, just once, I ask you now to write 6. Let someone out there know that you too are choosing to rise with peace. My dear friend, these 6 movements are not about exercise. They are about energy, about honoring the body that has carried you through love, through loss, through decades of giving. Whether you are in your 60s or beyond 80, this is your time to reclaim what walking alone may no longer give you: stability, strength, and deep inner calm. So let me ask you now, which number spoke to your heart? 1, 4, all of them? Share it in the comments. When you do, you may be inspiring another elder who is still unsure, still afraid to begin. You are not alone. You never were. And if this message touched your soul, please like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone you love. Because healing begins not in hospitals, but in homes. Not with pills, but with practice. And not with noise, but with a quiet decision to care for yourself. One breath, one movement, one morning at a time. This is the Success Fuel.